Hi FlossTube, how's everybody doing today? I hope you've had a good stitchy week. I know I'm a bit late getting this video up, but life has been a little nuts for me lately, so that's why we're doing this a little bit later than normal. Yeah, so, yeah, I know in the last video I mentioned that I was volunteering this last weekend, but plans very rapidly changed and very last minute. On Wednesday afternoon, I got a call saying that somebody had canceled at a farmer's market, an indoor farmer's market that was happening, and we had applied for it and we were on the wait list. So, me and my dad, our business, we make wooden pens and seam rippers. This one has a stiletto and seam ripper. It makes a nice, this is one that he's made for me. It makes a nice handle. Something you never want to use, but very handy to have a few when you need it. Yeah, we make pens, crochet hooks, seam rippers, needle threaders, all of this kind of stuff. I will insert a picture of our booth and a very brief cell phone video that I did here. And yeah, so that was, we found out, was it Wednesday afternoon or was it Thursday afternoon? Anyway, so I ended up taking off half the day on Friday because we had to run to the city to get supplies because, well, it was such a last minute thing and they needed we needed like a backdrop thing and everything because we had to be separated from the booth behind us and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. And we had a much smaller booth than we were used to, so we had to accommodate for that. So Friday, right after lunch, my mom and I ran to Winnipeg and picked up the stuff that we needed for a backdrop and got home, and yeah, I went home almost right after we got back to my parents' house. I came home, I started doing laundry. Saturday morning, I did all my yard work. It was gorgeous on Saturday. It was the nicest day that we've had this year. It got up to 24 degrees Celsius and it was beautiful. Anyway, so in the morning I did all my yard work, cleaned up from winter. I hadn't done anything yet. So mowed the lawn, planted my daylilies. My mom had dug up hers because they've been there for years, and the root balls were big enough that you could make four plants out of one root ball. I only needed 4 plants. I had enough to make 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I had there were 4 plants, like 4 root balls to make 4 plants. You could make 4 plants out of each of them. It was just insane. Anyway, my dad came and helped me dig the holes for that and plant those. In the afternoon, I went over to my parents to help them. We were packing and getting ready for the show because our setup was Saturday from 5 to 8, and my dad was building the backdrop and I was entering all of our new product into our POS system. Basically, it was just crazy nuts. And then shortly after 5, we went over to set up. We set everything up and came home just before 8, and I was just totally and completely exhausted. So I came home, had a little bit to eat, and just crashed and burned in bed, only to be up and back at my parents' house. And yesterday, was really nice and rainy here. We've been, I work in agriculture, so I hear the farmers complaining about lack of rain a lot, and we have had very, very low moisture for even last year was really, really dead, like very, very dry. We've had fire bans for forever. And anyway, so it was all nice and rainy on Sunday. We got to the venue at 10. Everything opened up at 11. So my dad and I did our last minute bits that we needed to do. There's always last minute things, like our bags needed stickers. I needed to enter one or two things that weren't in our POS yet, that I'd forgotten, because that always happens when you're in a rush. And then I took it was a pre-sold event, so all the tickets were sold, and only people with tickets could come in, because of the current restrictions that we have here in Manitoba. But because it was a farmer's market, we were allowed to be there. And I can't wear a mask, so I had to wear this shield. And anyway, so I took the 11 to 1 shift, and then my dad came and he did the 1 to 3 shift while I went to my parents' place across the street. It was like so close to my parents' house that it was ridiculous. We could run back there for our 2 hours off and whatever. So I went to my parents, and my mom had lunch and coffee ready, and then we had some Etsy orders that we needed to get packaged and ready to ship, so I did that. And then it was time for me to go for my 3 to 5 shift, and then Dad came back and took the 5 to 7 shift because it was from 11 to 7. And yeah, it was a little bit nuts. Getting up this morning was nearly impossible, but I made it to work like 8 o'clock on the nose. I'm usually there a bit earlier, but this time it's like, no, I hit snooze too many times. So yeah, and then today it was back to the regular, and I was so stiff and sore because we had to do tear down yesterday after 7, and it was raining. So everything was like a big muddy mess. But we made it and loaded everything into the SUV, took it back to my parents, parked it in the garage, and done. So anyway, that's been my last couple of days. It's going to be another busy week for me, which is good. It's very good. Haven't done nearly as much stitching as I would have liked to, but that's sometimes not a bad thing. It makes my stitchy bug come back. So anyway, we're now 8 minutes in, and we still haven't talked about stitching. So this is what I've been working on for the last little bit. This is Glendon Place, until we meet again. I'm doing this one in memorial of my grandmother who passed away last year in March. I stitched her and Grandpa the doxology and the Lord's Prayer. So I thought something with a verse and some flowers, because that's similar to what I had stitched for her, that's hanging in her house. So this is how far I'm at. I'm a little bit concerned at how close to the edge this is getting. I'm hoping that my fabric will be wide enough. If it's wide enough, I can sew on other material to frame it, like for stretching. That's not a big deal, but I'm really hoping that I'll have enough fabric here to do this, because this isn't even the widest point of this lily. And then there's a leaf yet. So we'll see if I have to alter this. But I took the I have the exact fabric and the exact measurements that they said I needed. So it says purchasing a fat quarter will work sufficiently and allow at least 2 inches of salvage on all 4 sides. And I'm not sure whether that's the truth, because I'm not going to have 2 inches here as it is, because yeah. So I'm a little concerned about that. So this one, it's not in timeout, but I'm also not working on it quite as actively just because I'm a little worried about having to restart. So there's this one. Slide that down into here. And the other piece that I've been working on, I've been liking a little bit of a smaller piece when I'm super busy, just because it's easier on my brain, for lack of a better way of saying it. So I've been back to working on Queen Anne's lace. So this is where I'm at now. And I'm really enjoying her. I'm getting her wings in. I'm currently working with the silks. I love silk. Silk is amazing. Anyway, so this is, I'll probably keep working on this piece for the next little bit, because I am, like I said, I work in agriculture and spring is insane. So yeah, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff at work, and having something tiny to, well, tiny being a relative statement, but it's a small piece. And that means that I'll feel a bit more accomplishment than with a larger piece where I only get a small portion done in my stitchy time that I have in the evening. So this one here, Queen Anne's lace, and this one is the one that's from the, I believe it's the Just Cross Stitch or Cross Stitch Gold magazine. One of the magazines anyway. It's an older one. I just photocopied it, turned it into a PDF, or scanned it, turned it into a PDF, and printed off a black and white copy. So I thought I would work on it as a PDF, but that didn't work, so back to a printed copy. I actually prefer those. I find that working off of like a screen is hard on my eyes. So, yeah. Anyway, so I've been, I had a little bit of extra money, and so I have some haul to show. I hope you guys don't mind. This is going to be a little bit of a chunk, just because everything kind of, I got a package today yet, and I have another one that's bouncing around in LA, and finally it's leaving LA. It took 5 days for it to get out of LA. Anyway, so first thing that I have is I have 2 new needle minders. These are from Karen DeRoche, and this is Rocky Mountain Needle Minders. And I thought the little frog was so cute. I can't get a good picture. The screen, here, let's see if I do it like this. There we go. Oh. There we go. That's a bit better. This penguin I had ordered before Christmas, and the froggy. Well, I had to make the shipping worth it. I will link her below. You can go see what she's got. She just posted a bunch of new stuff, which is very dangerous to my wallet. And she knows it, because I said me please to a lot of stuff. And her shop is only on Facebook. So, yeah, you could visit her there. That was the baggie that a bunch of stuff came in. I got my thread of the month from Hand-Dyed by Rolanda. That's not me. Somebody else. She lives in Ontario. And, oh my goodness. These ones don't want to come out of the package. I'll link her below as well. But these are the 5 for, I guess it is last month. It's the 3rd of May. So there we go. These will actually come in really, really handy, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. Pop that over there. I got some beads. Those are to finish up a couple of projects I didn't have all the beads for. I have Petite Treasure braid. I got Heathersley Classic Colorworks. Why am I saying Color and Cotton? I can't get that here. Classic Colorworks. This is for, again, you'll see, I'll tell you in a bit. And then I got a piece of, I got a fat half of 32 count Jobelin in, I think this is off-white or ivory or linen or something like that. But it's a very light, it's not totally white, contrary to what the screen is showing you. It's a little bit off-white. And again, I will explain that in a minute. And then this piece is called Remembrance by Joan Elliott Design. Again, I'll link it below. This I want to stitch to have hanging next to the Until We Meet Again by Glendon Place, because the verse is more my grandma's style. This is more my style. I am looking at converting the Remembrance Angel into a rose pink, because that was my grandma's favorite color. So yeah, I'm looking into that. I bought all the, I got the variegated floss that I need for Glendon, for Until We Meet Again. That came in, as well as the beads for Until We Meet Again. And I got the Called For Color Pearl from Pole Stitches, Pole Stitches Fabrics. This is the Called For fabric for Remembrance Angel. I also got the Called For Kranix. And even if I do convert her, it will still be, I'll still be able to use these. These are very commonly called for in the pixies that Nora Corbett pixies. But yeah, I'm planning on converting that one to a rose pink. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be very good. And then my last bit of haul, I know this is going on for a bit, but I just got this in the mail. I got 2 packages of needles. I use the Bowen 28. I got 2 packages of those, because when do you ever have enough needles? I got 2 packages of the Champagne petite champagne beads. These ones here. And those ones there. Those are to go with Bliss. Sorry about that. Bliss Fairy and Petal Fairy, or was it Winter? I don't know. Anyway, it's for some that I have. I was just missing those beads. This is for Stargazer. That's all I was missing for her, besides fabric. I think I may have the right fabric, but we'll see. All right, now on to why I got the fat half of fabric and all the other stuffs. This is Letters by Nora, Letters from Nora, and this is D. D is for Deirdre. And then I got T for Tessira. With these ones, I got the idea from Stitchin' Mommy. She's doing letter fairies for each of her nieces for when they graduate. I am planning on converting these. I have a lot of cousins, and I would like to do something in their favorite colors, and so I will be converting these into their favorite colors. I will be doing the letter D twice, once in purple and once in gold and neutral. So, and then T, I will actually be stitching 4 times, and I only have one of their favorite colors so far, and that's coral. So this will be done in coral and then complementing colors. So I am still waiting. I got 3 on sale at 123 Stitch, and I'm waiting for the 3rd one and a few other patterns that I ordered, but I ordered them and they said they had them in stock, and then I guess everybody got in on that sale because it was a Lizzie Kate sale, and so yeah, that kind of disappeared. So sorry, dry throat. I've been doing a lot of talking and inhaling of water. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Movies I've been watching. I've been into Downton Abbey lately. I've also watched, this is a little known movie, or at least most people don't know about it. I found it because I like watching The Crown, and it intrigued me about Winston Churchill, and I wanted to know more about what he had actually done during World War II. And since I love history and historical stuff and all of this, this was like right up my alley. So Darkest Hour. There we go. I'll link it below. In any case, it's really, really, really well done. And honestly, I think that there needs to be another Winston Churchill, not maybe with his faults, because yeah, those were a little much, but another leader like Winston Churchill. He was a great, great leader. And so yeah, that's, again, my opinion. Not everybody needs to follow my opinion. And I'm currently on season 4 of Downton Abbey. And I'm going to get back to disc 2 and while this is uploading, and I will insert a short little picture of our event that we did and short little video clip so you can kind of see what we did. I will be playing music through it because you wouldn't be able to understand what we're saying anyway because of the muffled shield mask things. So, yeah. All right, everyone. I hope you all have a great, great, great stitchy week. And we will see you again next time. I'm hoping that I will be back this next weekend and things will be a little bit more normal and I won't be late. So, anyway, have a great week and stay safe, everyone. Bye.